Hey everybody, Dmak here, coming to you with another video. This one I'm going to be showing you my 72-hour kit. I call this my evacuation bag. Some people call it urban survival kit, some people call it a bug out bag. I'm just calling it my EVAC bag because I live in an area, living in New Orleans right now, where having to evacuate is a very real possibility, as we saw with Katrina 6 years ago. But I'm just going to go through the contents of my bag right here real quick. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to pause and I'm going to unload the thing. But as you can see, it's not a very big bag. I'm using a North Face Exo kit. I think it's maybe 3,000 cubic inches at most. It's not very big. Quickly on the outside right here, I've got an MSR Dromedary bag, 4 liter, that's filled. So I've already got 4 liters of water in the bag with me, ready to go in case we did need to evacuate. Also strapped on the outside, just a pair of my rappelling gloves, my Petzl gloves right there. They make really great work gloves and very comfortable to use. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to strip this bag down so you can see all the contents real quick. So. Well, I decided I'll unpack it on video so you can kind of see how I've got it packed, so I don't have to go through it. Right here, this is a rain fly from an old tent. It's a 5 by 8, 5 foot by 8 foot square rain fly. Real quick and easy up shelter if you need to. Along with that, I've got... Now, let me go ahead and preface this. This bag is designed for 2 people. Right now, my girl and I, if we had to evacuate, this would be the bag that we would grab to get out of here. So along with the Easy Up tarp, I've got an E&O, Eagle's Nest Outdoors double hammock. You can hang real quick to use as a very rudimentary but very effective shelter. Get you off the ground in case there's flooding or anything like that. Also inside the bag, I've got my water filter with iodine treatment, and there's also a 2-gallon water bag inside of this that can be filled, so that's a good option for treating water in the area if you had to extend your survival scenario. Right here, this is I've done a video on this one before. That's my first aid kit, the Dmak level 2 blood stopping kit. I've got It's a very, very extensive first aid kit. We'll go through that a little bit later. Let's see, into this bag. I'll break down the contents of these in just a moment, but this is one of the emergency kits right here. It's kind of got all sorts of stuff on the inside there. See, in this bag right here, I've got 2 pair of wool socks along with a couple tampons in case it happens to be that time of the month for the lady. Don't want to be caught without those. Let's see. I've got my food bag right here. This has got about 4 or 5 days of rations that we could part out if we need to. It's all MRE stuff. Extremely easy to get into. You don't really have to heat them up or cook them. They're obviously meals ready to eat. Self-explanatory there. Also, along with the MREs, I do carry, I've got my Pinnacle Duelist with my MSR pocket rocket stove and a full canister of fuel inside there so that we can do some basic cooking needs. Also, random item, but I've got a crowbar. In an urban evacuation scenario, you never know when you might need that. I thought it was a useful tool to throw in the bag. I had room for it. I can afford to carry the weight, so I figured why not. Also inside the bag, these are some new products that I've acquired within the last month or 2 that are still being tested for review, but so far I've had a great deal of success with them. I've got a Goal Zero solar panel, 13.5 watt Nomad solar panel, along with a Sherpa 120 battery pack to to be able to store power. This thing, I do keep this fully charged so that I can just start off with it going right off the bat, as you can see there. Excellent power supply. But you'll see another review on that later to come. Let's see. In the top pocket here, I've got just a basic little small roll of toilet paper there to get us by for a little bit. And then I've also got a Ruger LC9 with in a holster with a spare mag, along with a box of 50 rounds for that. You never know if you are going to need a handgun in a evacuation or survival situation like that, but it's definitely a good tool to have alongside you. And then this guy right here, I think a lot of people fail to grab this sort of stuff in an evacuation situation, but we've gone ahead and decided to pack it inside of our EVAC bag in case we needed to get it to it quickly. First off, this right here is an old iPod of mine. It's a 60 gig iPod that I have stored all of my personal pictures and home videos on, so that if we did have to get out of Dodge with a quickness, I can't grab all my photo albums, but at least I do have all digital backups of all my photos and videos on this, so that we don't lose all of our personal videos and pictures. And then also inside here I've got our passports and our social security cards. Very possibly need those, so good thing to have along with you in your survival kit. Lastly, in the front pockets here, I've got a comm bag right there. We'll go over the contents of that in just a second. I've got some various tools and stuff in that bag. And over here, this is electrical supply equipment that goes along with the Sherpa battery pack. And I've got an Eastwig solid steel hatchet. Also a very invaluable tool, potentially in a survival situation. I'm going to break into these smaller packs so you can kind of see what I've got inside my ditty bags. I'm going to pause and I'm going to kind of organize everything on the bed. Alright, so now we're into the meat of the pack. Got everything laid out so you can kind of see it. And man, I didn't realize I have quite as much stuff crammed in that bag as I have, but let's go ahead and kind of dig into it. So right here I've got the Sherpa 120 battery pack along with the Nomad 13.5 solar panel array. 13.5 is a little bit small for the 120 volt pack, but it does a great job. It takes probably about 10-12 hours of sunlight to charge it fully, but I do have a means to store power with. Inside my little bag right here, I've got a inverter to plug into the battery pack, along with all charging cables for cell phones. I got a mini and a micro USB cable. I've got right here, this is a small AAA battery operated charger that you can use, along with this right here. This is a package of batteries. Inside this package I've got AA, AAA, CR123 batteries in there, because those are the three types of batteries that I require with all the electronics that I have on board in my kit. So that's that. Let's see, we've already gone over the handgun and everything. This is my iPod with all my personal pictures backed up. So inside the yellow bag, here's all the contents that were inside the yellow bag. I've got 2 pair of hearing or earplugs, just in case. You never know if you'll need hearing plugs. I've also got an SOL bivy right here. Real small little bivy blanket. Could be very effective while we're in the hammock if we needed it. I've got a pack of emergency candles for emergency lighting scenario. I've got a whistle there. I've got a compass and whistle on the same lanyard right there. I've got a small thing of bug spray. I've got a Night Eyes head strap for a flashlight. And with that I've got a mini mag that has the LED with the multi-modes in it. So that's a great durable little flashlight to throw in the rig. Also, for a powerhouse light, I've got a Phoenix TK15. It's got multiple settings on it. The thing gets super, super bright. And you've got strobe modes, you've got all sorts of stuff, so you can use this for signaling, for searching, search and rescue. This light is extremely bright at 337 lumens. I've got a spork thrown in there. That actually probably belongs over there. Right here, fire starting kit. I've got a Strike My Fire minimalist striker. And then on the inside here, I've got storm matches, strike anywhere matches. I've got some burlap shredded down real small. I've got a couple petroleum cotton balls, and I've got a chunk out of a Duraflame fire starter log. Works very well, along with an emergency blanket, 3 snap lights, 3 chem lights, 2 white, 1 green. The white are really good to provide 8 hours of floodlight for a scenario there. You can also mark casualties with that if you need to. Got just some basic wet wipes. So into the food bag I've got 10 MRE meal rations right here, followed up with 6 of the pound cakes, wheat bread snacks and everything, and then just a couple of the other random little barbecue sauce, beef snack. Got some Starbucks Via instant coffee, because coffee is an excellent thing and that's super easy, along with a couple packages of seasoning salts and spices right there. You never know if you get an opportunity to cook a little bit bigger. Small little ditty bag I've got a Fisker's collapsible saw in case you need a saw to cut up anything. Also threw this in there, not sure if I'm going to keep it in or not, but I kind of like the idea of having a full-size screwdriver. And this one's pretty easy, and it's got a lot of bits, adapters on there, so you can use that to disassemble and reassemble certain items. Also got a Gerber multi-tool. And then the knife that I keep in the bag, I've got a Cold Steel Twistmaster. Love this knife. Lightweight, huge blade, excellent steel, holds its edge. Great, great blade. And then right here I've got 2 hanks of 250 feet sections of paracord, 2 different colors, just because I have 2 different colors there. Right here I've got a gas siphon hose with bilge in the middle. That could be a useful tool if you were trying to evacuate in your car, because you could obtain gasoline one way or another if you needed to. In my comm bag, or my electronics bag up here that I had, first I've got a Kodak waterproof, freeze-proof, crush-proof digital camcorder, which could be a good idea to have in case you wanted to record the events that are transpiring your evacuation. If you wanted to be able to capture first-hand experiences, it'd be nice to have a camera that can withstand all the elements. Also, I've got 2 talkabout radios. These are kind of fun talkabout radios because they have LED lights built on the bottom of them, run off the battery pack there, and these are actually rechargeable via car charger. It's got the USB plug right there. You can plug that into the car charger, so I can charge my walkie-talkies and my camera off of my my Sherpa 120 power pack. Also, I've got an E-Trex handheld GPS unit. I don't use it much anymore, so I've thrown that into my survival rig because that could be a very invaluable tool. If you were trying to navigate a city that you weren't familiar, it's got basic highways for all the major U.S. cities, and you could also plot your tracks and pull down GPS coordinates. Inside my small little first aid bag right here, I've got an emergency water bag. I've got 2 ponchos, two small little, one-time use ponchos right there. Could be used for several uses right there. And then this is just a very old but very nice little survival handbook that I acquired as a child. I've got another emergency blanket in there. I've got a whistle. I've got a little small strobe light that I have laying around. Could be good for signaling at night if you needed to. I've got a hank of cord. This is a small fishing kit that I've thrown together. I've got a bunch of different sized hooks. I've got 1 or 2 lures. I've got a rooster tail lure that I've been very successful with in many areas. Weights. I've got a couple different little things, and then around this spindle I've got a couple 100 feet of fishing line attached to that. Along with that, I've got a couple trioxane bars, fuel bars, and a full-size light my fire starting stick. This thing puts off. I'm not in the right area, but this thing puts off some serious sparks. Also, along with that, I've got in this one, this is a little redundant, but it was part of the small kit, but I've got a magnifying glass compass combo right there, which can be used for fire starting and for finding your way around. Over here, my first aid kit, I won't go into depth with this one because I've already shown video of that, but this one, I've got a full surgical kit, nasopharyngeal airway, CPR mask, nitrile gloves. I've got 2 Israeli bandages in there. I've got quick clot, I've got bandage compresses, gauze, and then smaller stuff. I've got a couple oropharyngeal airways, tape, small band-aids. Got a couple tampons outside the applicator, great for nosebleeds, and a couple other random things inside there, but I don't want to get too into that. So this is pretty much a very extended version of an evacuation kit, bug out kit, 72-hour kit, call it what you have it. But this, you could survive for a very indefinite period of time with this. And I think it's a good conglomeration of tools that might be needed in an emergency or an evacuation situation. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to leave comments, and look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you.